irrespective of all the weaknesses and irrespective of all the changes and the transformation that you yourself declare is a necessity. This is something which to me is completely unrealistic, is completely irresponsible, because it presents a very rosy picture, whereas in the initial stages, when you're talking about transforming government and transforming economy, you're admitting to various weaknesses which are within the society, which needs to be put right. It's not going to be put right just because you say it needs to be put right. Right? It's a process. But here you have it, 6%. At the same time, yes, private investment. For the 9th Malaysia Plan, 11.2% was the target. And what was achieved? 2.6%. But when they put pen to paper and they come up for the 10th Malaysia Plan, irrespective of the transformations, irrespective of the changes that needs to be done, is going to be 12% per year on average. Whereas, the truth of the matter, during the 9th Malaysia Plan, every year it's been reducing, and in 2009, private investment was negative. And with the problem with the FDI, as I mentioned earlier, how can we believe that this 12.8% is a realistic target, a responsible target that's been set by the government? Same thing for exports, same thing for deficit. In the 9th Malaysia Plan, the government declared they're going to steadily reduce the deficit from 3.8% in 05 to 3.4% in 2010. For your information, for the year 2009, the deficit that was supposed to be steadily reducing was at 7%. Right? Yeah, for 2010, again, it's set at 5.3% and set to reduce in 2015 2.8%. So, are the targets set in RMK 10 achievable, or is the government just presenting to us a wish list, knowing full well that it's far from achievable? Yeah? The main driving force for growth is private investment. Very good. I mean, we all agree that's the way it should be. But we all know, as far as the Malaysian economy is concerned, the public investment has been the main factor for growth. And private investment has been reducing steadily but surely. We say transformation of government will change that. The transformation of economy will change that. The implementation of the new economic model will change that. It will instill greater investor confidence. But to what extent are these changes being implemented, or are they just as per the targets of RMK 10, purely rhetorical? Yeah? I think ladies and gentlemen present can well informed of the actual situation, and I'm very sure that they're not influenced by what is written, such that it blurs their vision of what is happening. As far as what is happening is concerned, it's business as usual. Yeah. This is the fact, right? Okay, the 10th Malaysia Plan, there are 10 key ideas. Very good ideas. Yeah, one of them, growth driven by internal factors, so on and so forth. All very good. Yeah. In practice, the second idea that's presented is to take advantage of ethnic diversity for international success. is an acknowledgement of the role and the contribution of all races in the development of the economy of the country. Yeah? So you have the one Malaysia plan, right? But at the same time, you've got people like Perkasa, which is playing the good cop, bad cop between them and UMNO Barisan Nasional. Yeah. I know Haji disagrees, that's what he says, he disagrees with Perkasa, with Ibrahim Ali. But the fact of the matter is, UMNO is hand in glove as far as the activities are concerned. No action has been taken. You've got a headmistress in a school, in an UMNO stronghold of the state of Johor, making a statement that the Chinese are not needed and they can go back to China. That the Indians wearing the string, yeah, tying the string at their wrists. Only dogs, you use that string for dogs. Yeah? And here it was said during the Merdeka celebration in the spirit of one Malaysia. Right? So this is the reality. Yeah? This is why the question of the transformation is easier said than done, number one. And number two, it will never happen if you still got groups like Perkasa getting covert support from UMNO and Barisan Nasional, and they are out to sabotage the so-called more futuristic vision of the Prime Minister. Then you've got item number 10 in the 10 key ideas. Right? Say that the government is like a company that has to be competitive, that has to perform. We've got 22 ministers to govern our nation of 27 million. And you compare that to the US with its 6 secretaries, state secretaries, to oversee 220 million. And you talk about being efficient, you talk about value for money, you talk about running it, you know, like a company, competitive. And we all know these ministerial positions are political appointments made to appease political parties within the coalition. Some of the ministers, and in particular the deputy ministers, can't even string 2 sentences if their lives depended on it. Yeah. And the favorite exit strategy would be, Yang Berhormat, I will give you my answer in writing. And then he sits down in Parliament. Yeah? Okay. The biggest problem, or one of the biggest problems that we face is obviously the question of fiscal deficit. Yeah? I'm like fish out of water in this. Yeah? Our lavish lifestyle, not our lifestyle, the lavishness with which we've been spending the national wealth for the past 13 years of deficit budgets continuously, year after year,